question, the member for Kiiwetinoong.
Speaker, question is to the Premier. Karlena Kamenawatamin was a 13-year-old girl from Bearskin Lake, a remote flying community in my riding. Karlena took her own life early yesterday morning. Now the chief and the community, they are concerned that there will be more tragedies like Karlena's. This concern is well-founded. And in 2015, a 10-year-old girl took her life. This is also in Bearskin Lake. What is the Premier prepared to do to ensure these pandemics of our young Indigenous people killing themselves stops once and for all?
Questions to the Premier.
Yeah. Minister of Health.
Minister of Health and Long-Term Care.
Thank you. Well, thank you very much for the question. It is something that we take very seriously on this side of the House as well. I know that in many Indigenous communities there are no adequate supports for young people for physical or mental health, and mental health is health. And that is something that we're going to seriously address as we are filing and completing our system of mental health and addictions. We know that there are far too many young people that are committing suicide that should have a chance at life. They need a lot of supports. It's not just health counseling, it's so much more than that. It's education, it's housing, it's communications with others. There's lots of work that we need to do, but I look forward to working with you, to visiting your communities, and to understanding from people directly what supports that they need, and then we will do our best to make sure that we can provide those supports.
Thank you. Supplementary.
Speaker, back to the Premier. 2 years ago, the suicide rate for children under the age of 15 in First Nations I represent was 50 times higher than the national average. But what has changed since these children took their own lives? This is a health crisis. This is a mental health crisis. This is an intergenerational trauma crisis. This is a housing crisis. Karlena, the girl who took her own life yesterday morning, lived in a rundown house without electricity. What is the Premier prepared to do today, long-term, to ensure the community of Bearskin Lake and other remote communities in Ontario to have the resources they need to prevent more deaths of our young people?
Thank you. Response, Minister.
To the Minister of Children, Community and Social Services.
Children, Community and Social Services.
Thank you very much for your emotional question. I remember sitting in opposition myself asking questions about suicide prevention. Yesterday I met with the independent child advocate regarding this specific issue, and last week with the coroner regarding the same issue. This government is committed to working with you and our First Nations in order to put the proper supports in place so that these tragedies don't continue. I know when someone loses their life by suicide, they make that decision. It rocks an entire community, and I can understand just standing here with you how emotional this is. I'd like to speak with you after question period so that we can make sure that we have a plan in place that fully supports you and helps your community get through this. Thank you very much.